is up, people? What is up, people? This is Abraham Walker with Ask A Walker, your Northern Virginia real estate agent. And today we are talking about the stats for April 2024. Believe it or not, people in Northern Virginia, buyers specifically, are paying amazing prices for homes in Northern Virginia. We're going to talk about it today. So these numbers are for all of the transactions that happen in the 6 areas we look at or call Northern Virginia, right? And so that's going to be Fairfax County, Prince William County, Loudoun County, Arlington, Alexandria, Stafford, and then those other areas in between. Okay, just looking at those areas, that's what we call Northern Virginia. Now, the top sales for April all came in Fairfax County. So this shouldn't be too much of a surprise for most people, although there's a lot of stats out right now that tell people that Loudoun County is like one of the most expensive places to live. And that is generally true. So if you look at the averages, Loudoun County is going to be more expensive than the rest of Northern Virginia and other parts of DC. But when we look at the most expensive homes, they're really going to be sold in and around the McLean and North Arlington area. So let's look at these top sales so you can kind of see what they look like inside. So this is the first property that was the most expensive transaction on Hollywood Drive, and this was in McLean. Now, what's interesting about this property is that if you look at the MLS, this property shows up as being sold for or listed for like $5 million and some change, and then it's sold for $9 million. So it looks quite expensive. It looks like the buyer paid a lot more money over the asking price, but that's not necessarily true. This was a new construction property, so the builder listed it in the MLS before any upgrades. And so this particular buyer just happened to put about $3 million in upgrades. I'm pretty sure this is a gorgeous property inside. So that was the number one property as far as the highest sales price in April at $9,115,000. The second highest listing was also in McLean. It sold for $9 million and it was at 6622 Malta Lane. Again, this is in McLean. So McLean is going to be where you have properties that can sit on multiple acres still, despite being close to the DC area. You have these estate homes. Some of them have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bedrooms. This home here has 12,000 square feet. So this is what you could find in McLean. So this is the second highest sale at $9 million. And then we had the third highest sale, which was going to be in the neighboring section from McLean called Great Falls. This property sold at $7.2 million. And that just kind of gives you an idea of just what people are paying for properties in the upper part of Northern Virginia. Now, the stat that I find most interesting or equally interesting is how much money people paid over the asking price. This gives you an idea of how aggressive the market is, and the leader for April 2024 was in Arlington, and I'll show you what that property looks like. So this property doesn't look special. It's on Adams Street in Arlington. I did some research and found that this property never came on the market. So during the coming soon phase, a buyer paid $351,100 over the asking price for this home here. Arlington is a hot area. McLean, Falls Church, Vienna, Great Falls, those areas are, I would say, our top buyers in the Northern Virginia market. And so it's not odd to see those buyers paying top dollars for those properties. Now, for the rest of us, if you're going to be buying properties, you should know that 59% of the homes sold over the asking price. And so what that means is that there's 1 out of 2 sales are going to be competitive offer situations, and you just have to prepare yourself. Now, the average paid over asking, which I believe is one of the most important metrics, is $39,000. So when you are thinking about competing with someone and you believe that you're going to be in a multiple offer scenario, you should anticipate paying at least $39,000 over the asking price if that occurs. So you don't want to be surprised here. You don't want to be taken aback in the event that your offer isn't accepted, but you weren't willing to compete at this level. And then it's even higher for single family homes, which is at $53,000 over the asking price. And this is on average. Sales in Northern Virginia are up. And I gotta mention this because we have a lot of people who reach out to us on this channel who are from other markets. And in other markets, the days on market are higher, right? So we have a client who is coming from Florida, days on market are higher. We have a client coming from Houston, the days on market are higher. It's taking a longer time to sell properties, and so prices aren't necessarily as aggressive as they are in Northern Virginia. And that's just not the case here. Okay, so that's just not the case here. And you just have to be prepared for this when you're making offers in Northern Virginia, because again, this is a different market and you just have to know what you're getting yourself into, because it can be shocking, like what you'll have to spend, what other people are spending, and it is consistent. So the interest rates didn't really phase us as much as they did other markets, and we're just not seeing things die down here, right? So sales, despite higher interest rates and also despite record high sales prices, are still going up. Look at how Fairfax County had a 14% increase in the number of transactions in 1 month. This is insane. So that's why I say, you know, a lot of people are thinking that the market is going to slow down or that prices are going to come down, and that's just not the case. Because even when we're looking at by property type, we see that single family home prices are up 11% from last year, and last year was record high numbers as well. So you're noticing a pattern here that Northern Virginia is resistant to any of the normal economic indicators that would cause you to say, you know, the market is softening. So you just have to be prepared for this. This is a new thing for us too. So before the pandemic, our prices didn't increase at this same pace, right? Sometimes we would see 2% increase, 3% increase year over year. And now we're seeing double-digit increases. And I think a lot of that is tied to the fact that our job market is still very strong. We happen to get Amazon HQ2, despite the fact they're not building like a portion of it. We still already had a lot of the buzz from Amazon, and that caused a lot of companies to relocate here or to shore up their offices here. And I think that we're going to continue to see strong sales in the single family and the townhouse market, because a lot of townhouse buyers in that $800,000 price point a few years ago, they would have been purchasing single family homes, smaller single family homes, but single family homes. But now the single family homes, even the smaller ones, are close to $1 million despite the interest rates. So you just have to be prepared for this. This is just something that you want to focus on. Do not become overwhelmed. It's just the market of the season. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're ready to start the home buying process, there's a link in the description to the Perfect Home Questionnaire. Fill out that form and we will schedule a time to meet online via Zoom to answer any and all of your questions. And I will see you all on the next video. Peace.